It's interesting how much I hate fans of things.
Okay.
Because, we do this quasi-professionally.
Yeah.
And, we spent the money.
Yeah.
It's not our profession, but
right. We're not getting paid for it. We've actually put money in it.
We sunk a fortune into this.
Right.
Our retirements are fucked.
There's got to be a way to make money off of this.
Simply not good. But yeah, I mean, my entire life of, being old enough to have my own interests and, being interested in video games and comic books and the things that have kind of stuck with me forever. Now horror is such a big part of that. The fans of those things are the worst part of those things.
Yeah.
By a lot. And I am such a big fan of them, but I like to think that I am a fan of these things in a somewhat healthy and grounded way. A really good example of that was kind of new today, even. Okay. There is a sort of a nostalgic old arcade game, but that is made in the modern era called Marvel Cosmic Invasion. The idea is that it's a 90s beat 'em up side scroll arcade game, and all of the Marvel characters that are in it are heavily influenced off of 90s appearances. So cool. All the music is like that sort of fun, kind of almost like prog rock music that all those things used to have, like Marvel Superhero Island has. Yeah. And I love that shit. But, they were saying that they were going to do a DLC eventually of new fighters. So the new characters that they put in the game today are Cyclops and the Thing from not Buddy, not my dog.
Or John Carpenter's?
Well, that's the same thing. That's the same thing. Because, folks, my dog is the Thing. He's assimilated so many mailmen and neighbors. It's crazy. But the point is, that's not who I was hoping for.
Okay.
We have characters that are very similar to both. It wasn't who I was hoping for. I was pleasantly surprised. I let myself enjoy it. Had a great time. I've been playing them for a lot today. I like to not think I know best. I like to think that I can let myself be open to a new experience.
Yeah.
I also don't do the most infuriating thing in the world to me, which is power scaling. Are you familiar with the term power scaling?
Please explain it to me.
Okay. The easiest way to grasp the concept of power scaling is the classic, the old chestnut. Who wins in a fight, Superman or Goku?
Oh.
Taking two things from completely different worlds with completely different rules and saying, well, I think this one's stronger. It's just whichever one your favorite is.
Right.
Who the real modern example of that is it Homelander or is it Omni-Man?
Yeah.
Which Superman clone wins in a fight? And it's like, well, there's no telling because, yes, Omni-Man seems very strong. Homelander has laser vision, but maybe in the world where if they were together, the laser vision cuts right through Omni-Man. You don't know.
We can't know.
You can only speculate, but people speak about it so often that Reddit has just become this cesspool of power scaling.
Yeah.
And that brings me to our cold open.
Okay.
The Halloween movies subreddit is a trash can now.
Oh,
it is long dead because the last movies that came out were years ago. The last two of those three movies were not received very well.
What? They weren't loved by all?
Guys, check out our review on Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends to see how when this show ends because I kills you. Derek, I'm going to murder you with my hands. But so all that is left so often is who wins in a fight, Michael or someone else.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you a handful of examples that I have kind of gathered.
Yeah.
And I want you to give me
I'm so good at this.
I know. That's why I love these cold opens. I want to give you the who wins, and I want you.
It's always Michael versus?
It's always a version of Michael.
Okay.
Versus.
Oh, interesting.
Something else. So the first one is a series of rapid fire 3.
Okay.
Who wins in a fight? Michael or Freddy? Do you see how it's ridiculous?
Yes, because it's like, okay, are we in the real world or are we in the dream world?
Does Michael dream? He is clinically insane. Is that something that he does? Yeah. Who wins in a fight? Freddy versus Jason or Michael versus Jason?
Again, like it's okay. They're kind of even power set, if you will.
Right.
They're two guys who wield bladed weapons,
who are seemingly immortal,
right?
and
but
bend
like,
the laws of physics.
one of them is like a phantom, and the other is like a zombie.
Right. So it doesn't make any sense to argue that.
No.
Lastly, of the rapid fire, Michael or Chucky?
I mean, Michael has him just on reach alone.
Yeah, but what if Chucky puts his soul into something else? You know, hide the soul with Mikey Myers. Okay, now here's where it starts to get really interesting. Busta Rhymes' character from Halloween Resurrection versus Rob Zombie's Tyler Mame's Michael. Specifically that version.
It's going to be Michael.
Really? You think so?
I mean, I think Tyler Mame, isn't he like a wrestler? He was a wrestler, wasn't he?
I think he was a stuntman.
Yeah.
He's humongous. Yeah. Okay, here's a bonus one. Who wins in a fight? The abusive dad from Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers, or the abusive dad from Rob Zombie's Halloween?
One is like
these are real posts.
These are strung out on drugs,
right?
Versus the other one
who couldn't even figure out there was a body on the floor in front of his washer dryer.
Drinks himself to and then like reminisces about when he loved his daughter.
When he loved his daughter. Okay, here's a good one. Who wins in a fight? This is real. Who wins in a fight? Nancy from Nightmare on Elm Street or Kid Michael in the clown costume?
just a kid versus a high school girl.
Yeah. That's a real question.
Well, and then I mean that poses the question of how many kindergartners could you take in a fight?
Right. Okay, here's one. Kid Michael from Rob Zombie's Halloween or Corey from Halloween Ends?
Oh, God.
These are posts.
Yeah, but Corey has accidentally killed a kid before.
That's true. But could he do it on purpose? It all depends on if Corey has access to his stairs. Okay, just a handful more because this tickled me pink all day just thinking about these questions. Michael Myers versus the Blob.
From X-Men?
No.
Did you call me Blob?
No, but that is funny because the next one is Michael Myers versus Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin from the Daredevil TV series. And like people have full discussions of like, well, Kingpin's a bruiser, but Michael's a killer. And it's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
In the first season of Daredevil, and spoiler for that show, Kingpin crushes a man's head in a car door. Mm-hmm. It's like that's not bruises. He separated that man's head. Okay, last three. Ready? And I want you to take these seriously because you're laughing and it's pissing me off.
I've been taking this whole thing seriously.
I've been thinking about this all day. And it's bothering me.
I'm glad.
Michael Myers versus Mike Myers.
Okay. Michael Myers. Okay. I'm going to go Mike.
Okay.
Cole.
That makes sense. Michael Myers from Halloween 2018.
Okay.
Specifically,
old man Michael.
Octogenarian Michael versus Frankenstein from the 30s Universal movie.
Yeah, the Frankenstein monster who is a living corpse versus almost a living corpse.
Yeah. And then this one is the most important. I think this one is probably going to be the most controversial.
Oh.
May even get our show canceled.
Oh my God.
Are you ready?
Please.
Who wins in a fight? Original babysitter killer Michael Myers. Or Kevin from Home Alone.
Well, I think the easiest way to weigh that is much like Batman, with enough preparation time. Kevin will always come out on top.
Kevin is like lying the house with all of these things, and Michael just appears and says, "Oh shit!" But who gets to Kevin first? Is it Michael Myers or is it the bee from My Girl? The criminal justice system is made of two parties. The podcast that talks about horror movies and the horror movies that are so terrible, it makes me want to not do this show anymore. These are the stories of the Third Channel Podcast,
where we delve into the horror franchises you love from the perspective of a lifelong horror fan
and a newbie to the genre. I'm PJ.
And I'm Derek.
And today, the only thing we're here to talk about is, I've been trying to think of a joke for a while now, but I can't, because it's not horror.
It's more of a crime drama.
But even still, it isn't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's an anomaly.
Okay. For maybe the first time. I'd have to go back and listen to almost 100 episodes that we have. But I think this might be the first time I've ever prefaced it like this. Today, the only thing we're here to talk about is, big air quotes, horror. Mm-hmm. Today's horror is fucking Hellraiser Inferno.
Yeah.
I texted you.
Yes, you
when
did.
I was watching it today. And I'm going to read you that text message. And I'm going to read the audience this text message as well, because I think it's important they all know. I just texted you, Jesus, this movie is so much worse than I remembered it being. For the record, I gave this movie 1 star on Letterboxd. And it was so much worse. I was like, I gave this a star?
What was wrong with me that night?
Like, I have to have been on, like, I was rolling, dude. I was on Molly. I was doing the little house on the prairie, skip through the field.
Yeah, I remember that night. I remember that field.
We tripped over a big pile of shit called Hellraiser. Now, this movie is funny because I've referenced it kind of loosely a few times over the last few weeks, where I said that one of these movies is basically an episode of Law and Order.
Yeah.
This is the movie I was talking about. This movie is, every shot looks like something that Dick Wolf produced. It is so unimaginative and boring and made for daytime television. Every so often they'll do something kind of interesting, but it's cheap and ineffective. And it's like, by the time this movie is doing it, it's already been done in 1,000 ways and way cooler. And then there is one thing that happens that they would, I think, do again later on. They being Hollywood, but in the Jennifer Garner Elektra movie.
Oh.
And they do it. Now, that movie is awful.
Right.
And they do it so much better in that movie, it puts this movie to shame. I'm going to say it, folks. It's a controversial take, but who wins in a fight, in my opinion? The film Hellraiser Inferno or the film Elektra? I'd watch Elektra 10 times before I watch this again.
Wow.
I don't even know that that's true. I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
Yeah. I saw Elektra for the first time like 2 years ago.
Oh, because the Deadpool Wolverine rumors. That's right.
I was doing a rewatch of all of the 20th Century Fox Marvel things out there,
like all the way down to Howard the Duck.
Yeah, I started with Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck.
You know what? As bad as people say that movie is, I really dug it.
I love that movie. Yeah. Oh, dude, who wins it? No, okay. Yeah, I cannot express how scared I am now
of the next few.
Yeah. Let's pull the curtain back for a second. You and I are people. We're alive. We're humans. We're not just voices. We're not just here to entertain you people. We're not just clowns. You know, we have hearts that beat in these chests.
Yeah.
Mine skips beats every so often. I gotta go to a hospital. No, I probably should, because I am dizzy. But it's been a trying year already, and I think it has been for everybody. Yeah. The way the world is kind of shaping up, the way things, how much everything costs and how scary everything is, and then just kind of some personal, things that have happened in our lives. It is the thing of like, it is already difficult to do this show. To a degree now. It's always been fun because we're watching movies, we're sitting, talking, having a good time. But it's like now finding time to watch these movies has become difficult.
Yeah. In the last few weeks, it really has been.
Yeah. And so now it's like, and we're going to have to struggle to find the time to watch the movies that from this point nosedive. Like, and what I mean is like, this is the nosedive of the franchise of Hellraiser.
Yeah. Yes.
Insofar that the tip of the airplane, the nose of the airplane, is mere meters away from the ground.
Already.
And at Inferno, it hits into slow motion. And then the next, 6 movies? It just or 5, I don't know, who cares? Yeah. It slowly ticks. And then right when Hulu is going to happen, that plane has been demolished. It's smashed into the ground. All 180 souls on board are all dead.
And then a new plane
emerges from the ashes and flies away.
It's a beautiful phoenix.
Yeah. I think. Yeah. I don't remember that movie at all.
Yeah.
I didn't remember a lot of this one.
No. What's funny is there was a night a few weeks ago, I would say, we were probably in the recording process between Hellraiser 3 and 4. Mm-hmm. And you and I had a chat of like, what do we remember of our previous times of watching the other Hellraiser sequels? And you rattled off some things, and I was like, maybe.
Well, and what's funny is that I rattled off one of them and you took it for meaning that I was talking about Hellworld. Because I was like, it's like a big house and it's really poorly lit. And you were like, yeah, that's Hellworld. And I was like, no, I don't think so. Because I remembered the house in Hellworld being very big and like a very big open space. I was thinking of Saw 2.
Which is funny because whenever the reveal happens in this movie, this feels like a later Saw movie.
It kind of does, except if it were a Saw movie. Oh, the worst Saw movie.
Oh, yeah. I'm not saying it's a good version of that, but I'm saying it's like...
Do you want to talk about Saw 2?
Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
Darren Lynn Bousman, I have met several times, and he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
Great director. I think that's his directorial debut.
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of his early ones.
And it is a beaut.
Uh-huh.
Even though it's dingy and ugly as hell, it's done artistically. This movie is dingy and ugly as hell because they were like, they say they're like in Denver. It's like he keeps saying like, oh yeah, Denver PD.
Sure,
it's shot in LA.
Yeah, I don't know where they're supposed to be.
They clearly shot most of this movie without a permit in LA.
You think?
Yeah, because it reeks of fucking Candyman 3.
Yeah, it really does.
There are so many periods of time where our quote hero is running through the street, and I just expect to see behind him the fucking blonde lady running past him, and she's like, "You okay?" And he's like, "No, crazy shit." And she's like, "Oh, I get it."
See, that's the crossover we needed.
Oh God, what if those are the only ones that they could license? Because this movie is a meme for us.
Yes,
because fans of our show will know that I am really addictive and I love this stuff so much. But especially when I dive into one of these new franchises, I like dive head first. I get super into it. Usually that's reflected by a figure. I will buy some figure or some statue or figurine of something from the horror franchise. And then if I really like it, or like a lot of them, I'll buy a replica from something of some kind. Now, I do like Hellraiser because I like 5 of them.
Yeah.
Which is a big number for a lot of these.
Yeah.
So I bought the box. And I solved that, by the way. I got so much metal in my wiener. You keep just waking me up and sticking things in it.
Let me see it.
Yeah, well, here. It's over here. I got ketchup and mustard on it. Because I was talking about a hot dog.
Oh, that's good.
With a big lot of it. When was the first time you watched Hellraiser Inferno?
A couple years ago with you.
Yeah, same. Do you remember watching it and just being like, oh God? Because so here's what I thought. There was a moment where I was watching it and like, we had seen so many movies at my apartment so late, back to back to back to back over so many months by this point that it was the thing of somewhere in the back of my head, I was like, oh God, I hope he doesn't get bored doing this. Do you know what I mean? Because like I was having a really good time.
Yeah.
And watching this one, this is the one where I was like, oh God.
Yeah.
I hope I don't get bored doing this.
Yeah, no. I think that initial like watch through was so interesting to me because I am someone who loves to show like movies that I know and love to someone. And then once we kind of ran out of a bunch of the things that I had watched, and then it was more of just like, okay, well, this is something that we can now watch together because I've been putting it off, but this gives me a good reason to watch them all.
The only good reason to watch this movie would be if some like psycho billionaire was like, if you watch this movie every day for a year, I'll give you $1 million. It's like, that's kind of a good reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would have to be more than $1 million at this point, though, because look at gas prices.
Yeah. You'd be like, $1 million for what? Hellraiser Inferno?
Good.
Now, here's the problem, and I'm going to immediately cut myself off from that segue because, so, you know how normally there's like in a description, there's the big bold text.
Yeah,
It's like
a tagline for the movie.
Yeah.
Typically.
This is the tagline for this one. Ready? The terrifying new chapter in the Hellraiser legacy.
Is that true?
No, and it's also like, yeah. Also, the poster is just Pinhead.
Yeah.
Oh, right. The meme of Hellraiser Inferno. I always buy things about it. So I bought a hoodie from FYE because it had Pinhead, but it was like really cool and like sort of neon reds and oranges. And I didn't realize when I bought it that it fucking says Hellraiser Inferno on it.
Like on one of the sleeves or something, right?
So it's on the chest. And then down one of the sleeves, it says Hellraiser Inferno. And so every time we talk about this movie, Derek goes, well, I mean, you love it. You bought the hoodie.
Yeah, man, you did.
I didn't want to.
Oh, you did, I think.
Some billionaire was like, buy this hoodie for Hellraiser Inferno. The terrifying new chapter in the Hellraiser magazine. A detective solves the puzzle box that releases the diabolical demon, Pinhead. As those around him begin to meet tragic fates, he sets out to conquer the horrifying villain. Let me ask you a question. All of that is so generic. Is any of that even remotely true?
In the broadest of senses.
Because he sets out to conquer the horrifying villain. No, he doesn't. We don't know what he's doing because he doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah. Well, and they're being vague in that of like he's trying to catch the engineer.
Yeah, but who is the engineer?
We'll find out, I guess.
Is the engineer the thing that they named the giant fucking weird
the monster
puppet? What if that was a thing in this?
Yeah.
That would have bought some goodwill back for me.
But it was like a really cheap version of it.
But he was a train engineer, like a conductor.
Yeah.
And he's like,
on a demon train.
He's like, get on this hell train. And it's like, yo, is this the movie? Dude, if they...
Dude, Hellraiser on a train?
Yeah, it could have been what Midnight Meat Train failed to be.
Oh, but... it was so much more.
No.
And then there was a weird part.
Yeah, the whole movie is a weird part in the sense of like, it is weird that they made this the way that they did.
Yes.
In any way.
Yeah. There is one sequence in this that I absolutely love because at no point would you realize, like, you'd never be able to call what is about to happen next. And I'll point it out when we get there.
Yeah, because I can think of like 4 moments. I'm super excited.
Super excited to talk about Hellraiser Inferno.
That's the same one I did.
Which was released October 3rd of 2000. It was almost a birthday gift for me.
Thank God it wasn't.
Given to me by Scott Derrickson, the director. Also one of the writers, with Paul Harris Boardman. It's produced by W.K. Border and Joel Sosin. The cinematography is done by Nathan Hope, who had shot The Prophecy 3, which is a 2000 fantasy horror film, Mimic 2, a 2001 sci-fi horror film, The Fog, the 2005 remake.
Yeah.
And then I think this would be after this movie, but this person went on to shoot 21 episodes of CSI.
Wow. It's almost like I've been exactly right.
This was a testing ground for that.
Man, I Nathan hope this guy never works again.
He had some later work as a TV director was about it, from what I found. It's edited by Kirk M. Morey, who had been the editor on Assault on Dome 4, which was a 96 sci-fi action film with starring Bruce Campbell.
We keep getting close to things I know.
Mm-hmm. Mimic 2 and 3. Children of the Corn Revelation from 01, and then Feast 1 and 3, as well as Piranha 3 Double D, which were all directed by John Gulager, Clu Gulager's son,
who, like I said the first time we mentioned him, should have been named Blue Gulager.
Yeah.
But I think I've changed my tune on that. I think his name should have been Glue Gulager.
Yeah, that's the best option.
Yeah. Because he's sticky as hell.
And then Kirk Morey was also then the editor on Insidious 1 and 2, The Conjuring 1 and 2, Furious 7, and Aquaman 1 and 2, which are all James Wan films.
I can't speak to Aquaman or Fast and Furious, but what I can say, you and I have described this phenomenon where Insidious, both of those movies and both of those Conjuring movies do not stick in our heads at all. I have seen the first Insidious movie probably 3 times. I've seen the first Conjuring movie at least twice.
Yeah.
And I can't separate them from their sequels. I do not know what happens in what order in either.
Yeah. They are generic.
But I wonder if that is a touch of this, because this movie feels exactly the same way. I did not remember any of it. I did remember the creep in the ice cream truck.
Okay.
I did remember. I was right on that.
Yeah.
He's not the hero. The hot dog guy from Dante, from Inferno, not Dante, from Dario Argento's Inferno. The hot dog guy is the hero.
Yeah, he really was.
The ice cream guy in this is the villain.
You're a bad guy.
He's got porn in his ice cream truck.
Yeah. The estimated budget for this film was $2 million, and it did not have a box office because it did not go to theaters.
No.
Director and writer Scott Derrickson, he directed The Exorcism of Emily Rose from 2005, which I love. He did The Day the Earth Stood Still, the 2008 remake with Keanu Reeves. He did Sinister in 2012, which is a movie that like everybody loves. And I've seen it once and I was like, that was fine. It's got some cool parts in it.
Is that the guy with the almost looks like a Slipknot mask?
Bagul is the name of the demon.
Gabagool?
Yep. He also directed Deliver Us from Evil in 2014, Doctor Strange in 2016 for the MCU. He did The Black Phone in 2021, something called The Gorge in 2025, as well as Black Phone 2 in 2025. And then he wrote Urban Legends, Final Cut, Devil's Knot, and Sinister 2. The other writer, kind of like his writing partner, I guess, is Paul Harris Boardman. Also wrote Urban Legends, Final Cut, The Exorcism of Emily Rose, Devil's Knot, Deliver Us from Evil. And then they did uncredited rewrites on Dracula 2000, as well as The Messengers, Scream 4, the Poltergeist remake in 2015. He and Scott Derrickson worked on the kind of rewrites on those.
Okay.
Producer W.K. Border was the producer on Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, Maniac Cop 3, The Prophecy 1, 2, and 3, Dracula 2000, and then its second sequel, Dracula 3 Legacy in 2005, as well as American Pie, The Naked Mile, and Beta House. And the other producer, Joel Sosin, was a producer on Trick or Treat, not the one that we talked about.
Trick or Treat.
Correct. From 86, which is the like rock horror movie with Gene Simmons and Ozzy Osbourne in it. They talked about on Best of the Worst.
Okay.
One of their Halloween episodes, I believe. Also the producer on Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, Maniac Cop 3, The Prophecy 1, 2, and 3, as well as Dracula 2000, its sequel 2, and Dracula 3, and then Mimic 2, Children of the Corn Revelation, Children of the Corn Genesis, Feast, Piranha 3 Double D, and returns for Hellraiser, Hellseeker, and Revelations.
Yeah, basically the last minute, 2 minutes, was you saying all the same words again, but fast.
Yeah.
Now do it faster.
Okay. The director of this film, music, I'm not doing that bit.
Okay, don't do the bit then.
The music.
They wanted it.
I know.
They're clamoring for it.
I'm not giving it to them.
That's them at the door.
Oh, God. Okay, well, the music in this film, guys, is done by Walter Warzoya, maybe. Okay. He did 3 episodes of Tales from the Crypt, as well as the 1999 slasher film Cherry Falls, Mimic 2, a thriller called Stillwater from 2005. He did a short film from 2011 that's called Tron the Next Day. I assume it has to do with Tron Legacy, but I don't know what it is. The Hunted, a 2013 thriller, 2014 horror film called Aztec Blood, and then several German documentaries. The music in this film, to me, sounds an awful lot like the music from a Skinamax softcore porno.
Okay, so there was a moment where I'm watching it and he's like kissing his daughter on the cheek goodnight, and she's like sound asleep, and it is like and it's like what?
Yeah.
What has happened? And then he turns around and there's a wife. And it was like, oh, thank God. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. With the way this movie plays out, you would never know.
There's literally, I wasn't doing a bit. There's literally porn in an ice cream truck in this movie. And a finger. Which is crazy.
Are they related?
No, I don't. I wouldn't imagine so.
Okay.
But you don't know for certain with the movie. You have no idea.
No, I love that this movie ends with our main character screaming several times, "What is going on?"
Right.
Because he was just as confused as we were.
Because I like that because you can resonate with the character finally.
Finally.
He's, what is going on? And I'm sitting screaming, I don't fucking know.
Joe, I wish we knew, buddy.
He's like, where is the child? And it's like, when was who? Yours turned into an ice cube.
To be served in the ice cream truck.
Oh.
Anyway.
Ew. This is, we got to talk about Saw 2. Quick. Smash the emergency guys, we'll be back. We have to watch Saw 2.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
But we leave this on. They hear us in the background.
Yeah, just way over there.
Like, man, this is way better than I remembered.
I love Saw 2.
I love that movie so much.
Clive Barker apparently confirmed in an online appearance on AOL.
Whoa.
In 1996.
Guys, America was online for a period.
After the American release of Hellraiser Bloodline, that Dimension Films intended to make a 5th installment of the Hellraiser series, while the film's screenwriter Peter Atkins claimed that there had been reshoots to leave room for at least 2 more sequels, even though, Bloodline was meant to be the final Hellraiser
It is the ending, and it's a good one.
Yeah. So plans for a 5th Hellraiser film then started out as a pitch called Hellraiser Hellfire by authors Stephen Jones and Michael Marshall Smith. Their story would have brought back a mentally unstable Kirsty Cotton and introduce a cult with a past tie to both Pinhead and the Cenobites. Yeah, the story would culminate with a massive underground tunnels that form a giant lament configuration that then enclosed London. And the cult was trying to use that to unleash Leviathan into our world.
That's kind of cool, but immediately undoes the puzzle box. Well, no, maybe it's that, they wanted to make this giant thing into a small box. Okay.
Could be.
You could do cool things with that.
But since this, film was meant to go directly to video, the concept was far too ambitious and for the budget that they had in mind. So Dimension Films, kind of passed on that one. Clive Barker was very eager to work on this film and create a proper ending to his creation.
And then they were like, oh, this isn't going to serve as an ending. And he was like, what? Because he's British.
More or less. Because, he stated that he was practically shut out of the Dimension Films office due to creative disagreements. So he had no direct involvement in this film or any of the rest of the series until the reboot in 2022.
Good for him.
Barker had been actively actually warning people against seeing this movie, saying it's really terrible, it's shockingly bad, and should have never been made.
Poor Clive Barker, dude.
Yeah. To have your brainchild.
Yeah.
That you already had kind of a little rocky section of, and then you were like, yeah, no, but I claimed the 4th one and we kind of did the thing that I wanted to do. And then, yeah.
Yeah.
This is the feature-length directorial debut of Scott Derrickson. He had previously only released a short film, Love in Ruins, in 1995. Having just finished film school, Derrickson and his writing partner, Paul Harris Boardman, they pitched a noir-style detective story set within the Hellraiser universe, which impressed the Weinsteins of Dimension Films enough to commission a script. So whenever he asked them if he could also direct, he was given $10,000 to film a scene for this film, which then convinced them enough to hire him as the director.
Good God.
I wish I knew which one. I looked. I could not find any sort of
notes. Because I can't imagine a single one that would have won me over. Well, it's the Weinsteins.
Yeah.
They were busy doing the things that the characters in these movies are more often to do.
According to Scott Derrickson, the film was greenlit on the first draft and then highly developed through various drafts before shooting began on a $2 billion budget with roughly $50,000 set aside for special effects. Doug Bradley has since claimed that Boardman's and Derrickson's script was originally not intended as a Hellraiser sequel and that it was rewritten to provide connections to the series, but that claim has been disputed by Derrickson. He has said that the script was originally pitched as a Hellraiser sequel, always meant to be one, and then a retrospective review of the film by Bloody Disgusting has also discussed the claims for the script's origins being rumors. And in, later, I guess, in his careers, director Scott Derrickson he grew up as an evangelical environment from which he's very much distanced himself. And so he has explained that making this film was a personal rebellion against, Christian art's discomfort with tension and ambiguity. To quote him, he said, "I wanted to make a movie about sin and damnation that ended with sin and damnation. After all, isn't that the experience of many people?" He said, although he initially doubted whether he was right for the project, he is proud of the film. And quote, "I still have a soft place in my heart for that film, but the script was really great. The script was better than the movie that I directed."
Well, and that's, you were telling me at the time that we were watching all of these that was a rumor, but that's not just a rumor for this movie. It's a rumor for everyone going forward, is that studios would go, "Hey, I have like this weird like thriller or this weird like kind of suspense horror movie or this like paranormal movie or whatever, but I don't know. Nobody's picking it up."
Yeah, it's just not clicking, man.
And then Dimension would, or Miramax or somebody would go, "Well, if you put Pinhead in it, we'll give you $2 million.
Yeah.
And then you can make it." And it's like, it's the question of, is it worth it? Is it worth it to give someone $2 million to put Pinhead in a movie this bad? Because I would submit that you could do that for like a quarter of that, maybe even an eighth of that. Give somebody, $500,000 and put Pinhead in a McDonald's campaign.
Yeah.
You opened the big. We macked.
It's all a puzzle, isn't it, Joseph? Like a game of chess, perhaps. The pieces move apparently aimlessly, but always towards one single objective: to kill the king. Who is the king in this game, Joseph? That is the question you must ask yourself. Don't you recognize your own flesh, your own spirit?
I don't understand.
The eternal refrain of humanity. Pleading ignorance, begging for mercy. Please help me. I don't understand. This is the life you chose, Joseph. All the people you hurt, all the appetites you indulged. You have destroyed your own innocence, allowed your flesh to consume your spirit. You are your own king, and this is the hell you have created for yourself.
No idea what any of that means.
Was he talking about this podcast?
Yeah, he was. He says the very first line of that. By the way, for the record, folks, that's the very end of the movie.
That's the big reveal.
Like that this sequence happens. There is a minute left of the movie, and it's also stupid. But he's like, "It's all a puzzle, isn't it, Joseph?" And it's like, what is? That's not the theme of this movie.
No, it is. It is the theme of this movie.
Okay, let me rephrase that. This wasn't cohesively the theme of this movie.
Okay. It's what the bookends of this movie talk about.
That doesn't mean anything.
I know. That's all I'm saying is like, it's funny that, I mean, that's just the clip that we picked because it's the one time that Doug Bradley really gets to shine.
If the beginning of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone and the very end of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows were about Part 2. British soldiers fighting for God and country. The series isn't about World War II. It just isn't. It's about,
maybe thematically.
No, it's about Voldemort trying to kill people to craft himself the perfect nose from all of their corpses ever since he became a weird waxy snake guy.
Oh, wow. I didn't get that at all.
You got to read between the lines.
Joe Rowling is a terrible author.
And a pretty terrible person. Listen, I don't use this word lightly, folks, because it's, the B word is really sort of, it can be taken in a sexist connotation.
Right.
It's really dismissive and diminutive, and I don't really like to use it. So what I'll say is that she is a cunt. A loathsome cunt. And trans women are women.
Yes, they are.
It's not hard to say that.
It's not.
It is hard to win a game of chess.
Oh. Do you know how to play chess?
Yeah. Not in the sense of, there's like people talk about the rook's diarrhea or like the king's closet or whatever. I don't know how to do any of those moves.
Yeah. What is it? The Queen's Gambit? Is that show on Netflix?
Yeah. With Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't played chess in a long time, so it's always like I'd be a little rusty. But yeah, we start with a game of chess being played by our lead, Joseph Thorne. He's playing against somebody he calls the Professor. I don't think we ever see this person again.
No. Because the chess thing, by the way, not important. The rest of the movie, like there's like 3 times that people are like, "How was your game?" And it's like, "Oh, it was fine."
Yeah.
But they're talking about like we lost by or like we won by 7.
Yeah. So they're playing in like a gym at like a YMCA or something.
Right.
And he's talking about a basketball game because he takes a call from his partner, Tony. And he's like, "Why aren't you here? You missed the game." And they were talking about a basketball game. And then this chess match is happening on side.
Okay.
But the whole point of it is just to prove because Joseph wins. And so the whole thing is to set up that he's good at puzzles.
Chess isn't a puzzle.
That's what he's good at, I guess.
Chess is a competitive game of strategy. Is not a puzzle.
I'm just telling you.
No, I understand. I'm not mad at you. Okay,
You sound like
I'm mad at the situation.
You're heated.
Yeah, because you have one goal, right? Make it that he's solving a Rubik's Cube, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, but then people would draw the comparison between a Rubik's Cube and the lament configuration.
They already do.
What?
Have him just be sitting on the sidewalk doing jigsaw puzzles alone.
Yeah.
Anything. What this is like, here's the problem that I have with it. Oh my God, we're already so heated. We are 2 minutes in. Here's my problem is like they do the chess thing because chess is universally like, oh, well, if you're good at that, you're smart. Right. But then they make the stupidest motherfucker on the planet Earth be like, well, I'm good at chess.
Well, don't worry, because in a second, in some terrible voiceover, he's going to tell you that.
Oh God. That was the other thing is the movie had started and I'm like, okay. And I watch it for a second. I'm like, ooh, let me get a drink. And I'm not pausing that. No, fuck no, I'm not pausing that. I'm not postponing this. So I get up and I'm in the kitchen and I filled a cup with ice and I'm pouring dirty Mountain Dew.
Wow.
Which is just Mountain Dew and cream soda. But it's very good. Caroline, resident fact checker and my little sister, she I have a family member in the hospital. We were there visiting together and she was like, hey, I bought this. It's like a 0 version of it. I don't know if you would like it. I was like, yeah, I'll try it. Oh my God, it's my favorite thing in the world now. I hate how much I love it. I also hate you. Earlier when I said I'm not mad at you, that was a lie. Anyway, I'm pouring this drink and I'm pouring this drink and I look up and I'm like, his voice is saying something. And I look over my shoulder and I'm like, he's not moving his mouth. I was like, oh my God, is he narrating? Oh no. Oh, so good. Because it's film noir.
Right. You got it.
Right. Film noir in the sense that noir, means black and black and white is a way of looking at the world. And I look at movies in black and white. Either they're good or bad. And this one's terrible.
Oh, okay. That's a good point. Detective Joseph Thorne is played by Craig Sheffer. He is in Clive Barker's Nightbreed from 1990, the dark fantasy. He is in Fire in the Sky, a 93 sci-fi drama, something called Deep Core, a sci-fi action film with Terry Farrell, who was in Hellraiser 3. He is also in Turbulence 2 and Turbulence 3.
Yeah.
Ritual, a 2001 horror film, and Dracula 2, the sequel to Dracula 2000.
Yeah. Now, I always refer to him with Turbulence, I believe 3, which it's got heavy metal rocker Slade Craven in it.
Correct.
But more importantly, it has Rutger Hauer in it.
Oh.
But the thing that he does is he's like a tech guy. He's like a cool sunglasses wearing, like, man, I know all about computers or whatever.
In that movie.
Okay. And he hacks an airplane. And it's fucking hysterical.
Yeah.
And honestly, just play the same character because I would have loved that. What if he hacked the box? He's good at hacking and puzzles. show Thorne on a computer playing fucking Minesweeper. Just absentmindedly clicking away.
Yeah.
And have his partner, not John Leguizamo, be like, well, hey, where were you at the game yesterday? He's like, shut up, I'm doing Minesweeper. I'm good at puzzles. That's as effective a tool as showing how smart this character is.
Yeah. But no, he tells you.
Yeah, he tells you, he's like, I'm smart and I'm good at chess.
Joseph Thorne is he's a corrupt Denver police detective. We see him like suit up for a day at the job and he takes some cocaine, a little bump of some coke.
Little nose clam.
We also see him do sleight of hand magic tricks several times throughout this movie.
Okay, so I'm glad you brought that up. Because, oh God, this review of ours is not going to be linear at all.
Yeah.
Because it's like, wow, sleight of hand magic, your kid must love that. And he's like, no, I don't do it for her. I just do it to entertain myself. And it's like, there is nothing redeemable about you.
No. He is, and we have barely scratched the surface, but he is awful.
He is a drug addict. He is a whoremonger. He is a loathsome husband, an absentee father. He is a voracious pervert. He is violent and he has an intense anger streak that leads to him being abusive to and not only everyone in his life, but then also like his informant, like his confidential informant, he beats the fucking shit out of. And then he's also like a backstabbing coward. But here's the thing.
But this is our hero of our story.
And this is the thing. When you look at Hellraiser, the first movie, it's like, oh, yeah, none of those characters are really good people. It's like the only good people are Kirsty and Larry, her father. And it's like, but Frank is, you know, debaucherous and horrible and lecherous and just this awful person. And it's like, right, that's why Frank's the bad guy.
Yeah.
Because you root against him. Who the fuck are we supposed to root for in this? Because if it's supposed to be Pinhead, bad news, guys, you put him in the movie for a minute.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Because, yeah, from the jump, he is the most dry. And I think the like direction for the character is like, we'll make him really like jaded and really gritty. So then he's also boring.
Yeah.
And like obnoxious. And everything's either... It is the most bipolar performance because everything is either muted and gray and bleh, or it's way over the top. And it's like no one's ever made the face that guy's making right now.
No. He has an interesting face. And
it's a bad one.
You get to look at it a lot in this movie.
Yeah. It's interesting in like the way a bot fly is interesting. It's like, well, they burrow into your flesh, but then they leave giant holes on their way out, and that's horrible. And I wish I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I wish I hadn't seen Craig Sheff's performance in this. Sheffer, whatever.
Sheffer, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we get our first taste of this narration, and he kind of like bookends this as well, almost as if like we wrap up at the end like Rod Serling at the end of a Twilight episode, the Twilight Zone episode, like, and that's the moral of my story, and here's where I'm stuck now. It is completely misinformed, but it's just them trying to make a film noir and like gritty, but it makes me not in the same way, like when Blade Runner first came out, like they, after the fact, cut in, like had Harrison Ford record narration because they were like, people are not going to understand what's going on. So we need to just overlay this. And it's awful. And he is like doing it just like, I'm down here in the fish market.
And I see the giant woman from the sign. And I'm like, look at my earring. I'm wearing an earring today.
That's a good Harrison Ford.
I just spoke very monotone. That's the secret.
That's Harrison Ford. But this seems like no. We're doing something here. We're doing a noir film, so we should do the narration.
It would have been better if it was Rod Serling.
Mm-hmm.
Just like
everything would be.
Like, we join now a despicable man walking through the streets of
Denver?
Denver? And they're like, yes, Rod, it's supposed to be Denver. And it's like, it's not. It's LA. There's a burrito truck right there. It's fucking LA.
When you step outside, there's like a sepia tone that just comes over the screen.
Yeah, that's the Patty's Pub building. Like in Candyman 3.
But yeah, he Thorne meets his partner Tony at a crime scene at this like big mansion of there's like a body that seems to have been ripped apart by chains and
like hooks
and things.
Now Tony is an interesting character.
He is. He's also an interesting actor.
So that's what I was gonna say. Is the character's interesting because the character doesn't give a shit about any of the things that happen to him or around him. He doesn't react to anything like a normal person would at all.
Nope.
And then the other thing is that this is, and I'm saying it with my full chest out, I'm going to say it, this is the worst performance that we've talked about in Third Channel.
Wow.
This is it. This is the worst one. I struggle to think of anything close to this bad.
I think of but you made a good point of like, was she trying to be the dumb blonde in Hellraiser 3? That performance just sticks out so much for me, but you did, it's like, how much of that was performance? How much of that was them saying, you're an idiot. That's who the character is.
You could make the performance that is character acting.
Yeah.
You cannot argue anything on the behalf of this guy. He is a fucking community theater day player who they thrust into this role. He smiles the whole movie. He's got this big dumb grin on his face.
Yeah. And
it's like, you framed me for murder. I'll always be there for you. And it's like, hold on. What? And it's the writing and the performance.
You don't know how much they've gone through.
Now, the other thing I really want to point out here is that this is the worst performance that we've talked about on Third Channel so far.
Oh my God. I can't wait. Detective Tony Neonin, I think is how you pronounce it. It's a palindrome. There's a whole bit in the movie where
he's good at puzzles.
Yeah, that was another clue. But it's played by Nicholas Turturro, who is in Do the Right Thing, Mo Better Blues, Jungle Fever, Malcolm X, and Black Klansman, as well as Highest to Lowest, which is in 2025. All of those are Spike Lee joints, baby.
Turturro, though.
Brother of John Turturro.
Wild.
Yeah.
Because John Turturro is one of the best, man.
Oh, I know.
He's so good.
So we're going to have to watch all of these Spike Lee movies and see if he's good in any of those.
I won't watch one of them now. I think I've seen Black Klansman.
I love Black
That's
Klansman.
the one where fucking Eric Foreman plays David Duke, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
I don't remember him at all. Surprise, surprise.
But while they're looking around, basically this murder scene that they're in is like a classmate of Thorne who's named Jay Cho, and he's the one whose body they find. But then he also finds a candle that is sitting on the top of the lament configuration puzzle box, and then there's a child's finger in the wax of the candle.
Okay. Now, here's the thing. The child's finger is a recurring motif. It's kind of like the serial killer's MO, that with all the murders, there's a finger that belongs to a child. That is underdeveloped. It is unimportant.
Oh.
Never explained. The only way that it's explained seems to be metaphorical. But those fingers seem real.
Right.
So how much
other people are interacting with it?
So how much of this has happened at all?
I think by the end of it, I don't think much of this has actually happened. I think it's all
in his head.
Yeah. Spoilers.
So if you guys don't love a dream sequence, it wouldn't matter even if you did, because this isn't a good example of one.
Nope, it is not.
Let's be positive. We're doing the thing.
Yeah.
The next great scene.
Because Thorne takes the puzzle box home because he's good at puzzles. But
Loves them. And he knows it's a puzzle.
because he takes it. He takes it to evidence, and then he steals it from evidence.
You're right.
He also steals like drugs and money from the crime scene. He's a bad cop. If you didn't notice,
Yeah, he's just a dick.
And so he goes home, we meet his wife and daughter.
Okay, this is my favorite part of the whole trying to build the character out from the ground up is he gets home and his wife, it's like so cliche. It is bleeding film noir cliches. He walks in and it's like, and he's like, basically got a cigarette in his mouth. And he's like, finally home after a long day. Let me kiss my daughter on the cheek. Mwah, I love you, kiddo. But it's shot where he's like upside down, like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Very strange. And then his like attractive wife, his like young attractive wife is in a bathrobe, hair wet. And she's like, are you finally coming home to me, baby? And he's like, no, bitch. I'm on some sort of case. Leave me the fuck alone. I'm immediately leaving.
Like,
and it's like,
why did you come home?
Why were you here?
It is literally to just introduce these two characters that
Just
were like,
say he has a family.
Yeah. Because it is a pointless scene.
Show him with his photograph at the desk. How's your wife and your kid? Oh, they're fine.
He takes a phone call. Oh no, honey, I can't come home. I'm on a case.
No. Not in this film. The exposition needs to be louder in your face. Everything needs to be show, don't tell, except for the entire plot, which has to be told. And even then it's told so loosely that it makes no sense. But the point is that he's got a beautiful wife and a beautiful daughter. And he's like, guys, I'm home, but I gotta go. I have to go have sex with a prostitute on cocaine in a motel.
Yeah.
It's like,
That's what a bad cop does.
I guess. Again, this is our hero who's like, goodbye, family.
Well, maybe he meant the case was to see a prostitute.
I gotta go see a prostitute about a case.
Yeah. I got to go see a prostitute about a box.
So yeah, he goes and it's all narration and he's like, if only she knew that this is what kept me coming back home to her. And it's like, why wouldn't she be what keeps you coming back home to her? She's hot, dude. You have a nice house. What, close up magic.
Yeah. But just for himself though.
Yeah. He does a trick and his wife's like, oh my God, that was amazing. I didn't know you could do that. And he's like, I gotta go. And he gets in his car and he goes, fucks a prostitute. It's like, take that, wife.
Yeah. He pays this
Daphne.
Daphne is her name.
Weird name.
Played by Sasha Bareilles. She was in The Ring, the O2 Gore Verbinski American remake. She is in Let Me In, the 2010 Matt Reeves American remake. And she is in Hangovers 1, 2, and 3.
Wow.
I don't know who she played, but apparently a reoccurring character.
Yeah, it has to be. I like those movies.
Yeah, I haven't watched them in a long time.
I haven't seen the third one in a very long time. I think I saw the third one in theaters, but that first one I owned and I used to watch it quite a bit. I think it's very funny.
It's one of my mom's favorite movies.
Is it really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
I don't know why, but she loves those. I don't know if she ever saw the third one, but those first two she loves.
This is my parents' favorite movies because they're so very split focused. My father's favorite movie of all time is Martin Scorsese's Goodfellas.
Okay.
It's his favorite movie. He's a man in his 60s. He loves the mob, right?
Yeah.
My mother's favorite movie, James Cameron's Avatar.
Oh, wow.
Boom. Complete opposite sides.
Huh.
One of them has got a bunch of pasta in jail. The other one, slick flick. Wet as fuck.
Oh, it is.
It's a rainforest.
It truly is. That second one, even wetter somehow.
And apparently the third one is equally as wet as the second.
It gets real hot.
But also,
Slick.
like this prostitute, we wrapped it back up. We're the professionals, guys.
Yeah.
Trust the process.
He goes into the bathroom whenever he has done.
I guess to take a shit.
And to solve the puzzle box. I don't know. He goes in there and solves the box.
What's funny, too, is that in every movie so far from this franchise, when they take their thumb and do the circle, I'm like, okay, yeah, so it must just be something about the box. And then he does it, and immediately it was like, oh, what the fuck ever. How the fuck does he know? Like, this guy's fucking...
He's good at puzzles and chess.
He's taking his
and
yucky
magic.
fucking wiener poopy hands because he's in the bathroom and he's rubbing all over this thing. Though, granted, if you look at Frank's fingernails in Morocco, do you think this is the same lament configuration? It can't be.
Oh, that it's been
Certainly not.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
No, this is just another one that the guy from the last movie made. Do you remember how good Bloodlines is?
Mm-hmm. I do.
I also think, by the way, that the weakness and terrible quality of this film pays dividends to how good 4 is. Because I think that if 4 was the end, I'd be more critical of it. But knowing that is the last thing of quality, like, well, it is very good.
Yeah. It's when you weigh things against each other like that, I think, that's kind of what this whole thing is.
Yeah. If you didn't really care for like pears, like eating raw pears, but then you had one and you're like, I mean, no, that one was pretty good, especially because I ate a cat shit right afterwards. So it's like, yeah, the pear's really good.
That was way better.
Yeah, so much better.
Why did I do that other thing? I'll just stick to pears next time.
Yeah, the next time Derrick's like, hey, we should do a podcast. And you're like, well, how many cat shits am I going to have to eat with my eyes?
At least 3 more. He solves the box and then it disappears. And then he goes out of the bathroom and goes into like a blue tinted dream version of like a child's room.
Which to me was another direct comparison to the third Candyman movie. Is like the weird whiteout bathroom that starts the movie that they keep going back into. It was like, because it's like super like fluorescent lit. And it's like, why does this look like this?
And we return to it over and over again throughout the movie, and it eventually pays off, I guess.
Kind of.
But like, yeah. He starts having like hallucinations, and this is where we're introduced to our
Cenobites, I guess you'd call them.
They were like, I was gonna say like members of a monastic order. If we had a term for it.
Oh, see, I was saying sinner bites.
Oh, well, something similar to that.
We'll fix it in post.
Yeah.
Get a dictionary, figure this out. But yeah, no, it's I like the designs of these things.
Same.
I hate his performance so much.
Oh yeah, it takes away from it because like the makeup is interesting, the designs are cool.
Yeah, the digital effect for the long tongues doesn't look too bad.
Yeah, it's fine, especially for 2000. Like it's fine.
They slide their hands into his chest skin, and this is like immediately. It's like, well, no, have him be in pain now. That's what is interesting about Hellraiser, is that we are human. We scream. We flinch. We're terrified of them. And they love this shit. So it's like, no, not this guy. He loves it. He loves chess. He loves puzzles. And he has fucking ladies with beards made out of needles rooting around under his nips.
Yeah. Because we had a pair of Cenobite twins in the last movie. These are different Cenobite twins.
Yeah, these are sexy, like kind of Silent Hill nurse ladies.
Darlene and Maureen Sue Levin, who basically their only other things that I could find that they've done is they're in both the Addams Family and Addams Family Values as Flora and Fauna Amour. So I guess there's some, they may be conjoined or twins in that.
I think so. Just twin character actors. Okay.
And then the other thing we find here.
So I was talking to you about this. It's so sad what happens to him. The Chatterer was a regular Cenobite, and he was happy not having eyeballs.
Right.
And then in the second movie, they were like, hey, open your eyes. And they peeled his eyes open, and he was like, oh, fuck, I hate this. And then they punished him even worse. And in the next one, he was a goddamn dog. They turned him into a dog in Bloodlines.
Yeah.
And so this one, now he's a third of a person. He's just a fucking torso. With arms, and he's climbing up the stairs going,
I like in theory, I like it. I like him crawling around like that. I think it has such a stilted, weird movement to it. It's very like The Ring or The Grudge, and the way that like those characters, walk up and down stairs and things.
So much of this movie reminds me of Silent Hill. So much of it. But it reminds me of Silent Hill in the way of like, oh man, Silent Hill did that really well. This did not do that well, but this doesn't look terrible.
Yeah.
But it's also, why is it happening? Where are we? Is this his house? We don't know. We spent 2 seconds in his house for him to be like, okay, honey, I have to go have anal sex with a prostitute in a hotel room.
Don't worry.
It's a case.
It's a case.
Everything's a puzzle, John.
And I'm going to pay her in the money I stole.
I'm going to find the engineer. He's got a lot of pins in his head, and he's got little boy fingers. No, it's not what you think. They're severed.
Oh, well, is that better or worse?
So what happens next, Derek?
He is like kind of chased by these Cenobites, and he falls over the banister and into the bottom floor, and he goes to open the front door, and Pinhead is there for all of a moment.
It's got to be like 10 frames.
Yeah,
it's
not
like
much.
It's like a flash of light. He's standing there. His eyes are all wide, and then it cuts away.
Yeah, and then Thorne wakes up from a nightmare.
Yeah,
because that's all that was. It was just
and he's in bed with this prostitute.
Yeah,
and he's doing this thing. I don't know why it made me so irritated. He's kicking his feet in bed like he's like a little kid. It's like, you're in bed in a motel. You just paid for sex from like a sex worker. Stop kicking your feet. I don't know why. It doesn't fit.
I don't know.
But yeah, then he's like, man.
He goes,
I'm out.
Yeah, pretty much. And he goes to get the results of how Jay Cho was killed.
And you have the stupidest character ever, which is mustache glasses, make Revenge of the Nerds CSI analyst character.
Yeah, the pathologist.
Yeah.
Christopher Neiman. He was an American Horror Story freak show, apparently.
Oh, okay.
I don't know who he played. But yeah, they've run the tests and about on the kid's finger, said that it belonged to a child aged probably 6 or 7. And that the kid was alive whenever it was cut off.
Okay, maybe he was on the skibbity toilet.
Could be.
Maybe.
And so Thorne then gets a call from the prostitute at the hotel.
And she goes, "Hey, it's me, Daphne, the girl you had sex with last night." And it's like, thank you. We wouldn't have remembered that. We're having a hard time watching this movie. We're so dumb.
That happened moments ago.
The last sequence.
But maybe, okay, this is a horror film, right? This is the new, what is it? The most terrifying
Hellraiser ever. Yeah.
And so maybe they thought once we saw the Cenobites and Pinhead showed up for a moment that we were so scared that we forgot what had just happened before.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy and bad filmmaking. But she's like, yeah, it's me. And he's like, this is my direct line. How did you get this number? And she's like, don't worry about that. I need help. And he's like, hey, partner, I gotta go. You're coming with me.
Yeah, you should definitely come with me.
Which I don't understand why.
No.
He has a car. He could just go.
Yeah. He's probably been drinking that morning, though.
He's drinking and doing coke.
Yeah.
Yeah, he woke up, did 6 more puzzles.
Wake up, drank, puzzles, drank.
Cocaine, drank.
Prostitute,
sleep. Yeah. Nightmare, drank.
They go back to the hotel and like he goes in first and then we don't see what he sees.
No, but it is another terrible, terrible face performance where he slides the shower curtain open, sees something, and it is just like the face he makes me think of that
from Kill Bill.
Yeah. It's like, what?
Yeah, because you can't read. We don't know if it's like, oh, did he see her body? Or is like the drain backed up?
Or like, did he just kick the shit out of did he kick the shit out of the cabinet with his foot and it hurt really bad?
Yeah. Could be anything, really.
It could have been anything. So he's like, hey, brother, I need you to go in there. He doesn't say anything. He's like, I need you to go in there and I need you to look in the shower. And his partner's like, yeah, all right. And he goes in. He's not like, hey, by the way, there's a girl who has been murdered horribly.
I'll explain everything later.
He's just like, hey, go in there and look in the shower. And the cop partner's like, okay, buddy, you got it. Here I go. And he goes into the bathroom. And then you just hear, because the guy's in the car and he's like rooting around in his glove box.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the other thing he does, by the way, is he picks up and hands him a loose latex glove. And he's like, go look in the shower. And it's like, well, that defeats the purpose of a latex glove, but all right. And he goes in and he's like rooting around in the glove box or whatever. All I wanted is just from inside the motel, you just hear, holy shit, there's a body in it. It's like, well, yeah, man. That's why I sent you in there. And he's like, you could have warned me.
No, man, don't worry. I'm going to frame you for this murder.
He's like, I pissed myself. It scared me so bad I pissed myself. Now my DNA's all over the bathroom.
Well, it's a good thing you were in the bathroom. Did you use it properly?
So then he takes a pen.
Yes. And a box of cigarettes.
A box of cigarettes.
Box of cigarettes.
Each of which took 7 minutes exactly to smoke.
Uh-huh.
And when that guy's like, when Tony's on the phone or whatever, our hero is like, okay, let me set this pen down on the nightstand, kick this box of cigarettes under the table. Perfect. Framed him for murder.
Because other than that, they like wiped down all the fingerprints, and he's like, yeah, that's all the things I touched in here.
Yeah. And he's like, listen, I didn't do this. I did cheat on my wife last night by having sex with this prostitute while high on cocaine in a motel room. But you got to trust me, I didn't kill anyone. It's like, okay, I guess. And he's like, all right. I did frame you, though. It's crazy how quick from this moment, though, he does tell him I framed you for murder.
Yeah, it doesn't take long, but it's also done in a way. It's in a blackmail way. It's not like in a like, oh, I need to come clean to you.
Right.
It's like, no. You now have to work for me because otherwise you're going to go down for this. Thorne also finds another kid's finger with the if we didn't say, the prostitute's body is strung up in the bathroom. Her throat is slit.
Yeah. He wraps the finger in what looks to be a handkerchief and puts it in his jacket lapel pocket.
Mm-hmm. And this is where he like vows to find this kid. And this is the through line of the movie where it does not make any sense for the remainder of the story of why does this piece of shit cop
give a fuck about this kid?
This random kid.
Right. Also, how has he not realized that the person that he had sex with last night got murdered?
Mm-hmm.
And then mere days ago, a friend of his, a close personal friend of his, was murdered.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, brother, it's you. Whoever this is, they're coming after you. And he's like, man, that seems like something crazy. Seems like they would have to have done a lot of engineering. Yeah! And he takes the glasses off, but he's going, yeah! Like he's screaming it. And his partner's like, God, you were an idiot. I'm going to get transferred out of here unless you frame me.
Yeah.
And he's like,
good news, buddy.
I did. You shouldn't have smoked that box of cigarettes. Should have had that pen with your initials on it.
Yeah. Everybody. That's another tie into the first Saw film. Because they find Dr. Gordon's pen light at the scene.
I'm going to have to kill your children, Dr. Joseph.
Forensics had found 2 prints on the puzzle box, one of them belonging to the victim, Jay Cho. And then they're running the others through the database, but it's taking too long.
And he goes, hey, why don't you try a set of parameters? And the analyst is like, shut the fuck up. And he's like, try this.
He's like, why don't you... You're looking for criminals. Why don't you search for people who have body modifications? And then he's like, all right, I don't think that's going to... Oh, it worked. Okay, the one person it found.
This is why I say it's fucking Law and Order.
Uh-huh.
The way it's delivered, well, what do you know? You should have my job, buddy. And then it cuts and it's like, do you want to have a good night's sleep? Try on my pillow. It's like, oh, fuck.
God, no.
This is playing in a hospital waiting room. That's what the hell is.
Yeah.
Is realizing that this was shot for TV because it has commercial breaks.
Mm-hmm. Thorne goes to a tattoo and piercing shop asking about the puzzle box that he found.
And he meets a guy, and the guy has like a bunch of fetish shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because
that's Leon, baby.
Because listen, as a guy, I have 5 piercings.
Yeah.
I have about 10 tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
It is the thing of, because of those things, late 90s, early 2000s Hollywood thinks that I am a homosexual deviant fetishist. Mm-hmm. Now I am,
right,
to a degree of each of those things.
Right.
But it's the thing of like, in the early 2000s, I would go to a tattoo shop and I would be beaten about the dick and balls, face, nipples, and ass cheeks with a paddle that was studded and covered in hooks and bones and shit. I'd be all bloody, and I would be, all the kids would be terrified of my HIV, and they'd be like, listen up, you sex pervert. You tell me where I can find this murderer, because that's what this movie treats it like, and so did Law and Order. It's like, listen up, you fetishist. Where did you get this puzzle box? And then, of course, the guy's like, the puzzle box? That thing's worth more than this whole building. It's like, how do you know that? Why do you know that? He's like, it's cropped up over occult literature for centuries. It's like, yeah, we just saw that movie.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Remember?
Jean Le Marchand? How could I forget?
Yeah. That was amazing to hear. It's
just annoying. It's annoying to anyone who's even remotely alternative when you watch these old movies where it's just like, listen up, creep. And it's like, I'm not a creep. And it's like, yeah, right. Tell that to the piercings you got in your face. Would you do that to yourself?
Yeah.
And it's like, no, Ice-T. I got it done at a shop. Also, didn't you write a song called Cop Killer?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a good song, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying I agree with the message.
I am. Also agreeing with you.
I did the face that the main character in this one does. You ready? Ooh, there it is.
Look just like it. I'm trying to.
I know.
Leon.
There it goes.
He is like Jay Cho, the guy who's dead.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, you tell that Jay Cho that the engineer wants his money.
And then, right, the engineer wants his money. And so then our cop hero goes, who's the engineer? And then Leon, the tattoo artist, is like, I'll never tell. And it's like, you just said his name 2 seconds ago. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the fucking Will Ferrell character in Austin Powers, where if you ask him the same question 3 times, he just tells you.
But you have to do it the 3 times.
Yeah. It's like, oh, by the way, tell him the engineer is looking for him. It's like, who's the engineer? Well, I'm not going to tell you. You better tell me. I'm not telling you. You better tell me right now. I'm getting violent with you. All right, I'll tell you. But it's like, you already said, it's
like, you're the one that brought it up, man.
Right. You already said Wilson Fisk.
Look, if you wanted to talk about it, you could have just talked about it.
Yeah. Yeah. You could have shown me the story of the engineer through the tapestry of your perverted tattoos.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Speaking of his perverted tattoos, this is the thing that Elektra did better. He being our hero cop, Joseph McPervert, sees Leon, who is also Tattoo McPervert. He sees in the reflection of the mirror in this tattoo booth of a parlor that the guy's got the weird twin Cinnabite sisters, the sister bites, on his back. And they start fucking doing it. Doing it, by the way, is like kind of beckoning him.
Right.
And they're like kind of being sassy or whatever.
Wait, is that what it's always meant?
Doing it?
Yeah.
No, baby. That's when I usually, this is the exception
to the rule.
Typically, I'm talking about doing it, fucking doing it. This is me sucking on this microphone. Yeah. Sorry, I'm talking about all this perversions. Yeah, and then
because you got all those piercings.
Yeah, oh yeah, and I have a tattoo of Freddy's glove. That's a horror tattoo I have. He goes, "Hey, you have a tattoo of these things I hallucinated. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you." And he grabs it. There is zero hesitation. He grabs him, he yanks him around, and he's like choking him to death. Like he's going to beat him to death. And then he looks again, and instead it's a hand with a stigmata, like a nail through it.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, all right, never mind. And he leaves.
Great scene.
Good scene.
No notes.
Let me ask you this, because I think this is a good, fun little mini game to play. How many questions got asked in this scene?
Asked?
Who
is the engineer?
Right. What's the deal with these lady Cenobites?
Yeah.
Is he hallucinating?
Yeah. Where'd the box come from?
And why, why did this person know about the box?
Yeah.
What got answered?
Nothing.
Nothing at all. Oh, there is a setup for a later payoff, which is he's got a flat, like what is
a cat
it?
of nine tails.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And it's got fish hooks at the end of it. Now, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Uh-huh.
Who would use that?
It's just for show. That's why he's got it hanging on the wall.
That would be like, oh yeah, I'm like a real, like, I'm like a sexual masochist. I really like a little bit of pain. So I've got like these little roller balls or whatever.
Yeah.
And I've got like, like, ooh, maybe some spikes or whatever. And I have an M16 loaded on a pull cord aimed at my head.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait, what?
That's
sexy. It's like, yeah, it hurts really bad. It's
dangerous.
Because if I hit someone with a cat of nine tails that was covered in fish hooks, I would tear the skin off their body and they would bleed to death.
Yeah.
Whatever, man. He had tattoos, so he's a hellish pervert.
That's the first step. The next step is full Cenobite.
The final step is needing an annuity. So you call J.G. Wentworth.
Wow.
877 cash now.
Who is our sponsor for this week?
Yeah, I'd like to thank our 3 sponsors, tattoo shops, which are the tattoo shop that's our sponsor is McPervert's Tattoos. Come in and get gross fetish stuff, and we always reuse needles. Our second sponsor, of course, is Tubi. They need no introduction.
Oh.
By the way, guys, that's what we've just decided to do.
Yeah.
We're not going to try to get them to sponsor us. We're just saying they are.
Yeah.
Hopefully, that's legal.
To know them is to love them.
Yes.
Tubi.
And our third sponsor is whatever started this joke that I've already forgotten.
Doesn't matter. That was a great scene. We're moving on to the Frosty Cream. Do you know what that is?
I assume it's the ice cream truck?
It is the ice cream truck.
Okay, there's a guy...
he's a drug dealer.
It's a drug dealer, and he's a confidential informant. And he's like a piece of shit, and his teeth are bad. And then later in the truck, his teeth are fine for a few shots, and they go back and forth and back and forth. He's got a toothbrush and then a brick of charcoal, and he just keeps going back and forth. He's like, well, hold on, I want to deliver this next line with some fucked up teeth. You gotta give me a minute. But basically, this guy, blah, 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 engineer. Who's the engineer? You got to tell me right now. I ain't telling you anything about the engineer. Slap across the face. Fine, I'll tell you everything I know. 50 years ago. And it's like, oh, this is such a long story.
It is a very long story.
But again, this is what I mean when this dialogue feels like it was written for daytime television, because he goes, I'm not telling you anything. And he goes, talk. And he goes, fine, I'm going to tell you every detail.
Because we only have 22 minutes between commercial breaks to figure out the mystery.
I'm going to give you, I was just full-fledged refusing to give you an ounce of information. And now I'm going to tell you every detail I can recall right now.
Yeah.
In my ice cream truck that I sell drugs out of and have nudie mag cutout pictures taped all over this bitch.
Yeah. I think he also, but like it's a real operating ice cream truck.
Yeah,
as well.
you see like
children.
Well, and you see like snacks and like cracker. What is it? The thing with the price, Cracker Jacks. You see like bags of that and shit.
Yeah. He's a man of the people.
He's all over the place, dude.
Bernie is played by Nicholas Sadler, who is in Sometimes They Come Back, a Stephen King adaptation from 91. He's in Twister from 96, one of my absolute favorite films.
Is he?
I don't know who he is.
He's probably one of the rival guys.
He's in Idle Hands from 99, which was directed by Rodman Flender, who did Leprechaun 2.
Okay.
And then he's also in The Bye Bye Man from 2017.
Oh, God, the pee pee boo boo man.
But yeah, he talks about like the engineer had terrorized a pimp named Terry and then killed the girl that he was in love with.
And like Terry went into hiding and then he decapitated her.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh God, I bet this is going to be really important. And now that we're discussing it again, after I realized that they never bring it back up, do you know what I'm putting together? This script was supposed to be a different kind of movie, and then they put Hellraiser in it to sell tickets.
No, I trust Scott Derrickson.
I don't. You just trust him because he's got your name in his last name.
Maybe.
Birds of a Derrick's feather.
But then, after this little interaction and the whatever information he gleams from that, I guess, Thorne meets with Tony and, who tells him they should come clean about covering up the, murder of the prostitute. And this is when Thorne is just like, look, dude, I set you up.
But it's the way he does it is so goddamn funny because he says something that no human being would ever say. Mm-hmm. He goes, hey, by the way, where's your pen?
Yeah.
Your pen, the one with your initials on it. And it was in the guy's glove box. So he's like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking.
Like I carry a pen at work in my shirt pocket every day.
Sure.
It's not a fancy pen in any way. It's a like a Pilot G2 or whatever. Nice clicky pen. I'll give it that. But it doesn't have my initials, my name on it or anything like that. But like this guy, he has a fancy pen that he has just tossed in his glove compartment. So it's not even like are you known as the pen guy?
Right. That would be like if I was like, hey, where did that keychain that you had that one time go? I'm like, not only do I not know right now, but why do you know that I have that? Right. And he's like, well, I planted it along with an empty box of cigarettes.
It's like that could have belonged to anyone.
But I had your fingerprints. I was like, well, yeah, I was there with you. I'm a cop.
Yeah. We're going to reveal that we covered this thing up, but we're coming clean about it.
Or he's like, yeah, but that's terrible blackmail because if they go, hey, we found your pen at the crime scene, I would go, oh, yeah, I was at that crime scene. Maybe I dropped the pen because I wouldn't have known that you had done that. That's a really, oh my God, he's good at puzzles. That's not in dispute here. We know how good this guy is. Joseph Thorne is the best at puzzles, but he is dumb as a post in every other way.
Yes. Tony's upset by this.
Sure.
And he leaves.
Yeah, rightly so.
And then a random child walks into a bar by himself and hands Thorne a videotape.
Right.
And then the kid runs out and disappears into the night. And then Thorne just walks over to like the TV in the bar and stops whatever it is and just puts in this tape and watches a crime on the bar TV in front of everyone.
If you were the cop in that, you'd go after that child and be like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? Right. But that's not the puzzle.
Right. But isn't his whole thing is he's trying to save a kid?
Yeah, but the one kid.
Okay, he doesn't care about this kid.
No, he clocked how many fingers this kid has, and he's like 10. You'll be fine, kiddo. Yeah. Wait till you're on your own milk carton, then I'll search for you. But yeah, he pops in the tape, and in the tape is a guy with no face, with weird chattery teeth,
but not the chatterer.
No, in like kind of a Slender Man sort of look.
Yeah,
and he's doing a murder. He's whipping the shit out of the ice cream truck man.
Beating Bernie
with
cat o' nine tails
with all the hooks. And he's like, yeah. And then he cuts his finger off.
Well, no, it's a kid's finger. Oh. And he puts that.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right.
But he just has that.
He's got it in his pocket.
Yeah.
He takes it and he licks it. He licks the tip of it. And it goes, it reminded me of a cigarette. So I had to pause and go smoke a cigarette. But it was like, and he licks the tip of the finger and he's like, all right, and I'm going to put this in the cash drawer. So he goes and he's like, oh my God, Bernie's dead. And they're like, there's no, the rest of the precinct, the police precinct is like, there's nothing on this tape.
Yeah, it's just static.
And I'm like, that's the laziest thing I've ever heard my entire life.
What?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah. I think everything about this story is lazy.
I don't know, man. Yeah, you're right. The captain will, he does him a solid and he's like, look, man, you're working hard.
You're going crazy.
Going a little crazy. You should probably see a therapist before you do anything else.
Yeah, you need to calm the fuck down and stop having sex with prostitutes.
And instead, no, he does go to a therapy session, but he tells Tony that he's like, the whip that was on this video, I promise you this video was real. Even though none of you can see it now. But the whip was in that tattoo parlor. It belongs to Leon. And so you need to bring him in for questioning.
You got to go round him up and tough him up.
I know that I just framed you for murder, but I need you to do me a solid on this one, partner.
Now, normally Tony would go, no, fuck you. I'm going to internal affairs for your disgusting drug addicted ass. And he's like, okay.
It's like, I'm still sore about that.
I'm real cross with you for what you did to me, but all right, buddy, I'll do whatever you ask because I love you and I love to spit shine your testicles.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, kind of. It's kind of that bad.
It's getting there. It's approaching that.
Yeah.
Thorne has a therapy session with a psychiatrist, Dr. Paul Gregory, played here by in this moment at least, an almost unrecognizable James Remar. I don't know if that's how you pronounce his name, but he was in Tales from the Dark Side, the movie from 1990. He is in the Psycho remake from 98. He is in The Unborn from 2009. He's in Horns in 2013. The Black Coat's Daughter. He's in Welcome to Derry, the It TV show, as well as he's in this little like kind of indie, low budget sci-fi horror film in 2023 called Glowsies that I actually saw in theaters with a friend of ours, Sherry, who we used to work with at our not Apple jobs. Her like high school friend Kevin Brooks, who is an actor, is in Glowsies with this James Remar.
I did not recognize him because I just looked up that guy's name. Yeah, that's crazy. I had no idea.
A lot of things.
I like him a lot.
And in this scene, like later when he takes the glasses off and his hair isn't like all in his face, like I'm like, oh, there he is. This scene, he doesn't look like himself.
No, not at all.
And I mean, again, this is another pointless scene.
Yeah.
Of the only thing is to introduce this character because then they're both just like, well, we really don't have time to do anything today. And they mention like they both have daughters. And because this is where he brings up like he's doing magic, isn't he? Like he does like some little card trick and he's like, oh, your daughter must love that. And it's like, no, I don't do it for her.
He's like, if she ever sees this, I'm writing her out of my fucking will. Granted, I'll have nothing to leave her but used condoms for prostitute sex and cocaine baggies. And sometimes you don't even have the first one. Sometimes you got to use the cocaine baggie as a condom.
Oh my God. Which is how she was conceived in the first place.
Yeah, his wife, by the way, that's what she used to do. That's why she doesn't buy the case thing. She's like, I used to be a case. That's what you'd tell your previous wife. His previous wife, by the way, Susan Sarandon.
Wow.
The actress, not a character.
Oh my God.
Crazy shit.
Yeah. So they rescheduled for the next day.
Good for them. 10 a.m.
Yeah.
I remember it being 10 a.m. because I was like, with the lifestyle this guy leads, there's no way he's awake at 10 a.m.
No.
He's waking up at 2:45 in the afternoon going like, oh God, where the fuck am I? That's how he lives his life.
They end up finding Bernie's body like it was on the tape in the ice cream truck, like falling over the steering wheel with his back all ripped up from the. And
Tony's like, hey, you did this.
Yeah.
And
she's like, no, don't hold on. Before you say that, there is a finger in the cash register. Guy, that makes it worse. You understand how that makes it worse, right?
He's like, yeah, but the whip, I knew that was going to happen too. And it's like, stop.
Why are you doing this?
A better movie would have more consequences from this. A better movie would have people actually now believe that he is the murderer. He would be probably taken in for questioning. It would be sort of like the brother from Candyman 2.
Correct.
There would be a consequence to this. But no one does or says anything because that guy is so scared that they're going to find out that he had a pen. It's a fucking pineapple apple pen.
Wow.
He's terrified.
Wow.
Gangnam Style and all those other things.
We're just memeing it up this week.
Yeah, dude. Carol Baskin. So he leaves.
He listens to a voicemail on Bernie's phone.
Right.
And it's a phone call from someone named Terry to meet with a Mr. Parmaggi at somewhere called The Crossing.
Now, do you think that Parmaggi is Gene Parmesan?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is my favorite sequence in the entire film.
Oh God!
Because of how bizarre everything is.
Now I'm racking my brain to remember who that character is.
Thorne, believing that the engineer is messing with him, leaving this message. He's gonna go kill, this kid unless Thorne can find him and stop him. And this is his mission, right? So Thorne and Tony go to The Crossing, which is a bar in the middle of the woods, And then they go inside and there's a bunch of cowboys playing poker.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot about the weird tombstone bar.
There's a cowboy bar in the middle of the woods in the middle of this Hellraiser movie.
The first thing that I said when I saw this is I quoted a post credits of an episode of Rick and Morty. Where fucking Jerry is a puppet made of wood and he can't die and he lives through the entire life cycle of the planet Earth. And it's just the line is, wait a minute, Christianity again after cowboys? And all I can think of is like, wait a minute, Pinhead? What are these cowboys? Oh, dude, what if those?
It's the best.
What if that guy's 6-shooter, by the way, shot nails?
Ooh,
and he made Pinhead, and this guy's Pinhead Larry, dude. From SpongeBob. Yeah.
Somebody draw that. Somebody probably already has.
I'm gonna look it
up. But yeah, Thorne goes in there and he sees all these cowboys, and there's this big guy named Mr. Parmagi, who is played by Michael Seamus Wiles, who is in Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. He's in Lost Highway, the 1997 David Lynch film. He is in Mortuary, the 2005 Tobe Hooper film, and The Lords of Salem, a 2012 Rob Zombie film.
Which I still need to see.
Oh, it's so good.
I know you always say that. I haven't seen it yet.
I know. It's one that I'm very interested for you to see because I don't know if you're going to. I don't know how you're going to like it or not. But we will see.
Okay.
Let that be a teaser for maybe things that happen in our future.
Bum, ba-da, ba-da.
But yeah, Mr. Parmagi tells Thorne that this is all part of the engineer's game. And then like that faceless killer who was on the videotape, but wearing like cowboy attire, just stands up in the back of the room and then walks across and out the back door.
Yeah.
And Thorne follows him out into the middle of the woods where he sees the mutilated, what did you call them? Twin sister bites.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the chatterer, the torso is like up in a tree looking down at him. And then he gets scared and he falls down. He rolls down a hill.
And yeah. The geographical spacing is like, so was the bar not real?
I have no clue. That's what I mean, man. Like because
then the ghost cowboy silhouettes are walking through the fog, like away from it, but then it isn't there.
Yes.
So it's like, is the bar fake?
I don't know.
The bar's just flat. It's just a flat piece of scenery like an old spaghetti western.
But he falls down this hill, and then before he can do anything, he realizes, oh my God, my gun's gone. And then these two long-haired cowboys come out of the fog and they start kicking the shit out of him.
Just mercilessly.
For no apparent reason.
Why didn't they just shoot him?
I don't know.
Because it's not like they're beating him up to teach him a lesson. They are trying to kill him. They're beating the fucking shit out of him. Just shoot him.
Yeah.
Not their way.
Nope.
Nuh-uh. Here at Ghost Malone's Cowboy Bar and Grill, we like to beat our criminals to death with our boots and hands.
Mm-hmm. I was going to do a bit about like it's also a barbecue and they beat their meat.
Yeah, it is a barbecue. They do beat their meat, and their meat is people.
And then this Mr. Parmagi, he comes out of the fog as well, and he gives Thorne back his gun.
But it's Parmagi. Doesn't that sound like buongiorno? And I'm not saying in real life, I'm saying in Hollywood cliches, which this movie is exclusively.
Yes.
Mr. Parmagi is like,
maybe they misunderstood what a spaghetti western was.
Okay. I don't know if I'm going to keep this, but I found out a story about a spaghetti western one time that blew my mind, and I, honest to God, need to take a break from talking about this fucking movie for a minute. So, spaghetti westerns, there's like no rules or regulations about anything at all ever in these shoots.
Right.
So there was a stunt that they were going to do where an actor was riding a horse to the edge of a cliff. And then what the stunt was is our hero dives off the horse. The horse does not make it and goes cascading down the mountainside. The horse wrangler that's been hired for this movie is like, oh yeah, that's easy. You just kind of, if you rear up, you can jump off and he'll stop. And they're like, okay. So the horse stops. on its mark. And the horse wrangler was like, okay, well, great. She did good. What do we do to make it look like they fall down the mountain or whatever? And is asking that and looks on in horror as there is like a tarp underneath this horse and they yank it and the horse falls down the mountain to its death. And the horse wrangler was like, you just fucking what? Like, you cannot do that again. And apparently the director was like, well, we don't have to. We got it. And like, no one understood the problem with that. And that's what they should have done to fucking Craig Sheffer. They should have taken him and they should have thrown him off a mountain.
Wow.
Right.
I mean, maybe that's what they were trying to do. And then he didn't die at the end. And they were like, okay, send the Cowboys in to kick his ass.
Kick his fucking ass. They just kept rolling. Yeah.
It's like, he just won't die.
It's all the tricks. They did that. They put peanut butter in his gums to get him to talk while somebody 80-yard his lines. They fucking put red pepper flakes in his eyes so you have to hold him like a psychopath.
But then, yeah, once all the Cowboys disappear, Tony shows back up and he's like, oh, sorry, partner. I got turned around out here or something. And then he's like, oh, well, we need to take you to the hospital. And then Thorne is like, no, you're going to take me back to my psychiatrist because I have an appointment at 10 a.m.
He is covered in blood.
Yeah.
He's like gripping his ribs because they're clearly broken. And he's just like, no, take me to my psychiatrist. And it's like, and Tony, I think at that point, Tony's like, all right, partner, you got it. Because he's like, you're not going to go to the hospital and your lung's going to collapse.
And then I'm going to get my pen back.
Those Cowboys took both of my initials out of your ass.
Thorne tells Dr. Gregory that he had heard stories about the engineer when he first joined the police force. But he thought that it was like just a like crazy story to scare rookies and things. And so Dr. Gregory then like reveals this whole case about a cop who had become obsessed with the engineer and it caused him to lose his mind and he shot himself. And he supposedly had the puzzle box on him, but they could never find it. And it's like, it's just, we go back and forth between scenes of like, he goes to a place, he talks to a person, they give him some weird backstory about a pimp and a prostitute or a cop who kills himself or whatever. And most of it doesn't really have any sort of payoff.
No.
But you know, he mentions the puzzle box and is like, yeah, nobody's been able to find it. And he's like, oh no, I got it right here. Cause I'm good at puzzles. And so, then we get our, like we do in all these movies where we have someone that explains what the lament configuration is, a portal for Cenobites to enter our realm. But Dr. Gregory, who knows all about this for some reason, wink.
Well, and it is the most lazy, like, oh yeah, why does he know all about this? And it's like, because this is a movie and it's a script and we can tell that this is the twist that you wrote, you fucking jackasses. Yeah. Also, he's like, yeah, I look at this file all the time. And he sets it out. There's one photograph in it. He's like, yeah. And then he sat down and he took a revolver and he shot himself in his face. And it's like, oh, wow. And there's a picture in the file. And it's like, man, that's got to be pretty harsh. And he's like, yeah. Oh, that's not what this picture is. The picture is the puzzle box.
Mm-hmm. That's the important part of the story.
And then in the stupidest looking coincidence in all of cinema history, our main character goes, huh, and like kind of like reaches through his ruses and grabs the puzzle box. Where would it have fit?
Well, they were going by video game logic.
Oh, if you equip it in your inventory, like if you put it in your inventory. Okay. Yeah. Well, he pulls it out and sets it like on the picture. Mm-hmm. And then the guy, the psychiatrist is like, you put the box in your pocket or whatever. I don't fucking know.
Yeah. He goes on to explain basically like that the Cenobites normally show up and they take whoever opened it. But because Thorne is still here, maybe the Cenobites are still here. And so Thorne then goes home to check on his daughter, Chloe. and his wife, Melanie, cleans his wounds. And then we set up one of the dumbest, like, double scenes ever where she gets a phone call from Thorne's mother, who has and apparently has been visited by the engineer.
Yes.
Like,
and it's the stupidest thing in the world. I was like, yeah, your mom called. I think she said something about like she had company over, like he was an engineer, and the camera pushes real close into our idiot lead's face, and he's just like, "Oh no, gotta get it on the highway," and it's like, what? Can any of you act like people?
No, they can't, because then when he reaches the nursing home and he talks to the woman at the front desk, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I didn't know that the Thornes had a son." Because it's like, yeah, he's a piece of shit and he doesn't visit his parents in a nursing home. And she's like, no, there's been no visitors tonight. And so he pushes past her and he goes and finds them. And his dad is like bedridden. His mother scolds him for never coming to see them. And then this reoccurring thing where he hears this kid calling for help, just kind of, in his head,
which
more
again,
than anything.
It is a child screaming, and at no point is he like, "Oh fuck, is that my kid?" No, he
couldn't be.
Well, he doesn't know her. He's never home.
Right. But he goes through a door and he enters back into like the blue child's room from his nightmare before, and then the door slams behind him, and he hears the sound of his mother being murdered on the other side of the door, and blood seeps under. And then, if you couldn't believe it, that's revealed to be a dream.
Yeah.
Only to then repeat almost exactly the same thing of him waking up. His wife takes a phone call. The same sort of thing happens. He rushes to the nursing home. And then, like, what is the interaction between... There's like a security guard... Because he like gets stopped by the woman and he like tries to push past her immediately of just like, I've already done this.
Yeah.
And then like a security guard tries to stop him, or maybe a doctor tries to stop him.
No, it's a security guard because she goes, "Gun."
Because I mean,
he runs into this like assisted living facility with a drawn handgun.
Mm-hmm.
And she like stammers a little bit. Honestly, it's kind of endearing. She stammers a little bit. She's like, gun. And the security guard's like, I fucking got this. And he unloads 57 rounds.
Into that woman.
Into that fucking nurse, yeah. He's like, the only thing that can stop a woman trying to tell a man not to have a gun is a different good guy with a gun.
That happens. But yeah, apparently his parents have been missing since dinner.
Yeah.
And then they go in the room and it's empty. And then the nurse touches the bed and it's soaked in blood.
But like, it is like she puts her hand down and her hand kind of depresses into the bed that his bedridden father was in. And so then as the nurse lifts her hand, there's a bloody handprint. Yeah. And it's like, oh God, is the nurse bleeding? But then he does the same thing, he being Thorne. And it's the same result. And it's like, is the fucking bed bleeding? And they're like, uh-oh. And then they pull the white sheet off of what looks like 7 or 8 jars of raspberry preserves.
Yeah.
Just dumped all over this bed. And it's like, how is that not soaked through the sheet already?
Right.
And this is magic.
Yeah. And then his dad and mom burst out of the closet. They're like, it's a prank, bro. It's a prank.
It's a prank. Relax, dude. You're on fucking candid camera.
Yeah.
And then Bam Margera is like, what? Hey guys, today I'm gonna hit, what is it, Don Vito? Did he end up being a pervert?
Oh yeah, he creeped on
younger
women.
Yeah, they're like
girls.
They're like, we're gonna, I'm Bam Margera, and this is how Viva La Bam, and I'm gonna hit Don Vito with this cat of 9 tails covered in fish hooks because he's a pervert.
We're like, Bam, you're a good guy.
It's like, I'm like, Bam, we're so proud of you for turning your life around, dude.
And beating your uncle to death.
It's like, man, what happened to you guys?
Yeah. I can't tell if he's going to be in this new Jackass movie or not because they use a lot of clips of like the old movie.
From what I understand,
feature him.
From what I understand is that they got to a place. He and Knoxville got to a place where they are allowed to use the best of stuff that Bam is in it because this is supposed to be a best of and a new of.
Gotcha.
But Bam did not agree to come back, which is a shame.
Yeah.
He seems to be doing pretty well, though.
I understand it, but it just sucks.
I know this is such a huge departure, but I follow Bam on, I think, TikTok. He is still such a good fucking skater.
Yeah.
It's crazy how good he is. You asked me to skateboard, and I'd break every bone in my goddamn body. But you asked Bam to skateboard, and he Margera's all over it.
Yeah. He's already broken most of his bones in his body. That's how you get good.
You break your bones?
Scrub?
At anything?
Yeah. That's how we're getting good at this podcast. How many bones have you broken?
0.
Yeah, that's why we're not good.
Oh, God.
They find 2 more fingers wrapped in a gift box with an address.
Yeah.
The killer is very thoughtful like that.
And instead of calling the police, he just gets in his car and he goes.
Yeah, he goes outside.
Yeah.
And luckily, Tony, his good friend and partner, pulls up and is like, seriously, dude, you need to go to the hospital.
He's like, things are getting out of control.
And he tries to bring him in because he's connected to all of these murders.
Yeah, but then the other weird thing is that then this is where Thorne's like, listen, I know you have no right to trust me, but I need you. I'm in trouble, man. I need you. And Tony's like, I would do anything for you. And it's like, can you please define their relationship in any real terms? Because it's like they're both supportive cop partners like SVU, and they're also crooked cop partners like the regular Law and Order. I don't know a good parallel to that, but the point is
like Hellraiser, Inferno,
which cowboy bar guys. Who you calling Pinhead Larry? The cowboy bar guy from Hellraiser, Inferno. That old chestnut. Yeah.
What were we talking about?
The end of the movie.
Right. Thorne follows this address. He goes down to this rundown building, and there's a telescope set up that's pointed at the next building over.
Which reminds me of Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight.
Okay.
What did it remind you of?
See, I thought you were going to make a reference to in Dario Argento's Inferno, that part where they're in the building and he looks across and he witnesses the killer.
Oh, no, that's a good pull. No, it reminds me of the bit from Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight.
Where's that in Suspiria? We referenced that in one of these.
No, it's in Inferno.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's when the window rolls up because Bruce is in the apartment with all the tied up soldiers.
Yeah.
And it's at the mayor's where Gordon gets quote unquote assassinated.
Yeah.
God, I love that movie so fucking much.
David Smolchin.
Yes.
But yeah, he watches then Tony get stabbed in the back.
Right.
See what they're doing?
No.
See what they're doing? Because Thorne stabbed his partner Tony in the back.
Okay.
And so the killer is literally stabbing Tony in the back.
Can I say something that all of this has been so stupid and wildly complicated that an obvious and simple metaphor shot right over my head. You know why? Because at this point, my head has been flattened by the bulldozer of incompetence that this movie has.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's what this movie is a vehicle for. Incompetence.
Oh, okay.
And sexy, bald, faceless people. Because Tony is stabbed in the back by that sexy, bald, faceless guy.
Who we assume is the engineer.
And he takes out a finger from his pocket and he puts it in Tony's mouth like a cigarette. So I had to stop and go out and smoke another cigarette.
Of course.
7 minutes later, came back, started it again.
He calls Thorne and lets him know that there's been 6 murders so far.
Yeah.
Going to be at least 10 or at least 4 more because there's 10 fingers.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I want you to go home, detective. Time to go home. And so then we thankfully reach our finale where he calls in Tony's murder as he's rushing home. And then he finds his wife and daughter are like chained to a Hellraiser Cenobite pillar.
Yeah, one of the spinny things
And
that they didn't use in the last movie.
And they're spinning around.
They're spinning, but here's the thing. It looks stupid. And also, the movie's called Inferno, but then once hell is kind of like an element to the film, it's all frozen. Everything's cold and snowing. And it's like, yes, the ninth circle of hell is frozen over is the idea, but I don't know, you would think for a film that you're titling Inferno, you'd make it kind of look like an inferno.
Have some fire in there.
Yeah. But they're like, oh, yeah, by the way, not enough to go back to this scene, but the stupidest line in the world ever is he's like, he goes home for another fucking reason.
I think it's when he's leaving for
his parents.
Yeah, I think.
And his wife's like, why won't you come home? You need to come home. And he's like, I'm not home. I'm on a case. And he's leaving. And the kid's like, Daddy, are you home? And he's like, I'm not home, bitch. I got to get the fuck out of here. He's a stupid little kid. And he leaves. And she literally, and I mean, I'm going to do my best impression. She's like, I want my daddy. And I just wanted him to turn around and be like, he's dead.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
No, not yet. Not deader.
Deader. That is a spot on impression of that little girl.
Yeah. And then in this scene, to catch back up, she is frozen and her arm falls off. And I went, and then she exploded into digital artifacts. And I went, these people are all so annoying. This is hilarious. And then his wife is like, I used to be a prostitute. And then she explodes into glass.
Yeah, there's a lot of explosions at this point in the film.
That's great, too.
Everyone just crumples into ice. Then the Dr. Gregory, his psychiatrist,
Dr. Gordon,
is hanging out in his house. And he's like...
He walks in and he's like, yeah, man, fucking shit's crazy. That's the thing about puzzle boxes or whatever. You kind of expect this. And then our main character turns and is like shaking and looks at him with the craziest eyes ever. And it's like, what do you do? What's happening? And we are all of us like, how do you not get this?
He doesn't, though. I thought he was good at puzzles.
He is the mastermind in the coil. He's the man on the couch.
That's what he told us in voiceover.
Yeah, no. The psychiatrist is the engineer. But the engineer is actually... Because remember, this was written this way the whole time and not a last-minute scramble, oh, fuck, let's get some studio money. Uh-oh. The engineer? Pinhead the whole time. I have a very old friend. I have an old friend named Lubden, and he goes through doors like this, and then he leaves.
Yeah, it is this thing. And okay, so the reveal of him turning into Pinhead,
right, which looks awful,
not good.
No,
but then because it's a digital effect,
but like the pins go like out of his head, and it just looks so stupid.
It's all shiny. It doesn't look good.
Yeah.
But then you see him in the costume and the makeup, and you're like, okay, he looks like Pinhead.
It looks pretty good.
It looks good.
Yeah.
And then he says like a one line, and then he just kind of like shuffles backwards and then leaves through like a set of swinging doors.
The thing is that he shuffles backwards a little bit. And then our cop goes to follow him, and there is like a saloon door, like a pantry door that's like swinging. And I was like, it is Pinhead just walked through the door.
Oh yeah,
that is so.
He learned from the best, baby.
And then he got into that guy's fucking his wife's Mini Cooper. And he's like, oh, I don't have the keys. I wish Butterball were here. He could hotwire cars.
He was really good at that.
Yeah. Butterball was very good at eating, fucking.
Oh, yeah.
And car hotwiring.
Oh, those are his three things.
Chatterer, by the way, he could read Braille.
Wow. I mean, he would have to.
Until 2.
Now it would be really difficult for him to read Braille because his arms are his legs.
Oh, that's true. Okay, if there's any fans of ours that are blind and don't have arms, do you read Braille with your feet?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah. Leave a comment if you can.
I'm sure we'll leave that in.
No, I'm definitely going to.
But yeah, Thorne goes to the door. He grabs a shotgun that he just has.
Yeah.
And he blasts his way through that door. Goes into his what I guess is now revealed to be his childhood bedroom. The blue tinted room
Yes.
that he's gone to like 6 times.
Yeah.
And then he follows the kid version of himself downstairs and he finds his parents.
Now, you and I mentioned how time fucked this house is because it's like the movie takes place in the 2000s. Like, let's call it 2001.
Sure.
Like September 11th, 2001 is when this film takes place. And this was the biggest tragedy that day. Anyway, so this movie takes place on 9/11. And then during that, so he's what, 40?
Sure.
He seems like he's 40.
Sure, he's 40.
So he would have been born in 1960.
Okay.
So he goes downstairs and it's like he's living through a memory. And there's an old timey TV set.
That his father is watching newsreels of the Vietnam War.
Which had not happened yet.
And there is a Time magazine with Richard Nixon on it.
Still, yeah, that's still a little late, depending.
There's an old timey radio in the corner.
Which maybe it's an antique, but still, that's more like 40s, 50s.
Then he goes into the kitchen.
And the kitchen is just the 1950s.
Yes.
It looks like, and I made this joke earlier, it looks like in Star Wars Episode 2 Attack of the Clones, it looks like Dexter Jettster's 50s Space Cafe.
Yeah.
Words I promised myself I would never say in a podcast, but here we are, folks.
Yeah. I'm happy you did it.
I'm not at all.
Then his parents like rapidly age.
And they gouge their eyes out. It's just supposed to be creepy, but it ends up looking just like they didn't know what to do. None of this is creative.
No.
None of the things that we've described have been creative in any way.
No.
And then
you want me to run through the rest of this? Or have you got something else, a point to make?
It's one thing, and then
Okay.
yes, because it's the funniest thing in the world. His mother, who has blinded herself, attacks him, and it's his mom, and he's like acting, air quotes, folks, he's acting like, mommy, why? And then in the funniest turn, he gets slashed by this kitchen knife a little bit on his arm, and that's all it takes. And he shoots her in the chest, killing her instantly.
Yes. He shoots and kills his mother. His father is shortly shot in the same way.
Yeah.
Flies across the kitchen.
He's just murdered his parents. His wife and daughter are dead. And he's like, I'm going to fight this little kid.
So then he goes out into the hallway, which is back in the hotel bathroom.
Great.
Where he is then attacked by Daphne, the prostitute, with her throat slit, shoots her. Then he moves back out and he is attacked by Tony, who has knives stabbed into his back, and he starts pulling them out and throwing them at him down the hallway.
Which kind of reminded me of Hellraiser 3, but not enough to make me smile.
Okay. Shoots him.
Yeah, good, dead.
Then he is in the ice cream truck. All of a sudden, he turns another corner and he's there.
Yeah, Bernie's there too.
He's attacked by Bernie with the whip. Shoots him right out the front window.
This gun holds so many bullets.
He's walking down this hallway. He sees the Chatterer and the mutilated twin sister bites are just kind of making out in this room. And then he's out of ammo, unfortunately. And so finally, Pinhead tells, this is our big reveal. This is our scene, basically, because Thorne is just in the middle of an abyss, just a black abyss.
Yeah.
And is like, I don't understand what's happened today.
Yeah, Thorne, every scene where he's just like, what? I don't get it. What's happened? He's in this black void and he's looking around and there's nothing. He's like, what? I don't get it. And Pinhead's like, it's nothing. It's nothing. How are you confused by this? There's nothing.
He's like, Seinfeld, it's a show about nothing. How do you make a show about nothing?
What's the deal with Pinhead? They're not pins and he's not giving me head.
So no head?
I don't think Palestinians are people because I'm Jerry Seinfeld and I'm the worst person ever. Well, not the worst person ever, but
Yeah, there's worse, but
he's not great.
I can think of like one person who definitely is worse. But it's certainly not Pinhead.
Donald Trump. Anyway,
but Pinhead shows up.
Yeah.
And in true Pinhead fashion, just kind of slinks out of the darkness. And he explains the plot of this movie, like the twist of this movie.
It's all about puzzles. And he's like, didn't you want to solve the puzzle? And it's like, what was the puzzle? And he's like, those kids' fingers, they're your fingers from when you were a kid. And your flesh is killing your soul because the kid is your soul and your flesh is all the desires you let yourself have. So because you do cocaine and fuck prostitutes, your subconscious has become a serial killer that's leaving your past self's fingers in the crime scenes. So immediately none of it's real.
Yeah. All of this is he is in hell. Like he's been in hell since he opened the box. He is in a, and I would have to go back through the movie and try and pinpoint. It's like, were they trying to do a Dante's Inferno thing of like, there are X amount of scenes of the levels of hell?
There is no way this movie is smart enough to have done that.
I'm not saying it is. I'm just like, what's the point of calling it Inferno if they weren't trying to make some kind of reference?
Scott Derrickson saw the word Inferno on his word a day calendar and went,
like,
let's go. And then he threw up really hard. Then he sucked Bob Weinstein off.
He's like, that's metal AF.
I don't know that I like this guy very much. I don't know about him, but I don't like his creative vision at all. Because how can you love what doesn't exist?
And that's basically what this movie is.
Yeah. And then he gets the hooks in the face, a la Frankenstein, baby. And then his face tears open and he dies. And he wakes up.
Yeah.
On the bathroom floor of the motel. Now, my assumption is that means that that's where he died.
From a drug overdose?
Is my assumption.
Or like Elvis.
So is that funnier? If he on really crazy opiate like painkiller medications that he was having an overdose on, he shit himself to death?
Yeah. I think that's what happened.
He went, Lord Almighty, playing chess and solving some puzzles. And then he died.
Yeah.
And Daphne was like, oh, fuck. Another one of these Elvis sex creeps dying in this motel. But anyway, he wakes up and he's like, man, fuck, that was crazy. And he taps her on the shoulder and she's like, fuck off. And he's like, okay, bye.
And he goes to work.
He's
just going to have a regular day.
And then in the funniest scene in the whole movie, he takes a phone call and it's Daphne, like from the beginning, where she's screaming that there's somebody there to get her. So he immediately pulls out his gun and he shoots himself in the head. But then, much like Michael Dougherty's Krampus, he wakes up in the bathroom again and you find out that he is for eternity cursed to live the same day over and over and over again. Also not unlike Groundhog's Day. The difference is that Krampus is a good horror movie and Groundhog's Day is a great comedy. And this is bad everything.
Oh, you didn't think it was a good comedy either?
No.
The ending where he sits in his like child bedroom and screams at the camera, that wasn't a laugh riot for you?
No.
And then the porno music that plays over the end credits?
Bomb diggy bong di bang di bang. This movie, when it ended, I looked at you because you got home like halfway through the third act.
Yeah.
You got home right at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
You got home
when the getting was good.
I looked at you and I was like, because the movie is over. I looked at you and I was like, I don't know that I want to do Third Channel podcasts anymore. Like, I think this is it for me.
Yeah.
Because what I did say, because that's a joke. Obviously, I'll never stop doing this show. This is my life.
Good.
But what I do mean is this is definitely the worst thing we've talked about.
You've said that before.
I know. And so far, I've been right. But
it just keeps getting worse.
This is worse in a new kind of way. This is worse where at least like back to like In the Hood, Back to the Hood, those really rough Leprechaun movies, the really rough ends of like The Nightmare and Friday and Halloween. These movie franchises, they didn't make anything like this.
No. No.
This is even the Hood movies from Leprechaun have funny or relatable or even sometimes charming moments or clever things that they do. There is nothing to this movie that I think is good.
No. And it's one of those things that we may have already said this before, but it's after we discuss this movie, it's going to be gone from my brain and I won't remember anything.
The only thing I remember is this jackass, our lead actor's just the worst fucking facial acting ever. Really, he's terrible. And it's everyone's terrible.
Yeah.
But the Syndrome, the villain in the film Incredibles, directed by, I believe, Brad Bird for Pixar, says, if everyone's super, then no one will be, which is a really good motive for a really good villain.
Yeah.
And I was going to go somewhere with that, but now I'm going to go in a different direction because what I've just realized is that's how you write a character. You give him some good motivation, a good backstory, cool character design, get a good performer. Oh man. And these guys were like, what if our main character was the worst person ever? What if our main character was basically the guy who made bum fights, but he's a cop?
Yeah. That is the big thing, is like, he is our protagonist. He is the person we follow through this entire thing. We're supposed to root for him in some way. Like there are movies where I'm not saying that movies need to be, you follow a character who is good.
Definitely.
Like the Safdie brothers have made a career so far with making protagonists who are like, they make the wrong decisions through the entire film. Uncut Gems and Marty Supreme. It's like the whole movie is just a roller coaster ride of you sitting on the edge of your seat going, no, please don't do that.
Yeah.
You are doing the exact wrong thing in this moment, but you still root for them.
It's Walter White. It's fucking Smoke and Stack from Sinners. They're not good people. They're flawed fundamentally. They suffer with vices and whatnot, but there are redeemable qualities to them and an it factor that you like them. You like Michael B. Jordan's portrayal of these brothers because not only do they show that they love each other, they're family men. But then also, you want them to win.
Yeah.
You like them. So what do they do here? Well, they got this guy and they were like, well, we could make him like maybe he's crooked, but he's crooked to get like fast money and he's got vices, but he really loves his family. Nope. Couldn't give a fuck about his family. Yep. He cared more about the dead prostitute than he did when he watched his daughter, his probably 6-7-year-old daughter, shatter like ice. He was like, man, that's fucking crazy. I really got to find that missing kid. And it's like, well, your kid is missing from forever now.
Yeah. From your life.
For the rest of it. No, there's nothing good about him.
No.
All of the other characters that exist nebulously around him, no one acts like a person.
No.
And you could make the argument, well, the entire thing's a dream. But then I would make the argument, if the entire movie is a dream after the first 10 minutes, if everything after the first 10 minutes is a dream, or if everything's a dream, what was the point of the fucking movie?
Yeah. Unfortunately, and I'm not saying that can't be done well.
Inception, the whole thing is it or is it not?
Right.
And obviously that's one of the greatest movies ever made. This, I don't know, by the way. I have not seen Inception. I'm just going off of your opinion and the opinion of everyone who's seen that movie. Right. It's very confusing, and they fucking love it. This is confusing, and it doesn't have to be. Okay, let me pull this Band-Aid off really quick. Derek, do you recommend this film?
Oh, Hellraiser Inferno?
Yeah, by the way, guys, when I said film, I winked real big.
Yeah. Typically, I'm one of those people, I refer to films as film in my notes. I wrote movie every time because I don't feel like this is.
Oh, yeah. I'm not even going to call this a movie. Let me try again. Derek, do you recommend this?
No.
Yeah, I don't either.
But why did you buy the hoodie then?
Fucking piece of garbage. But yeah, no, it's every decision that you make in casting, every decision that you make in lighting, in pacing, all of your performers that you've hired, the music, the score, everything that they did was a mistake. And it is crazy to me that in our run with Hellraiser, this isn't even close to the worst one.
Oh, no.
No. Like, and we're not going to do the worst ones because those don't have Doug Bradley, and we've kind of played pretty fast and loose with the rules so we can get out of doing the worst of them all.
Yeah.
But like,
at least for now.
Oh my God, dude. It is. Good luck to us, folks.
It's infuriating.
Yeah. You know what else is infuriating? Power scaling. I have a few more. Oh. Who wins in a fight? Michael or the atomic bomb dropped in Hiroshima?
I think the bomb, because it's Hiroshima. I mean, if it was the Nagasaki, which one was bigger? I don't know.
Oh, I don't know either. Yeah. Okay, then let's make that more streamlined. Who wins in a fight? Michael or an atomic bomb?
The atomic bomb.
Okay. Who wins in a fight? Michael in a burning down house fighting Jaws, but like the shark.
Yeah, the shark.
But also in that burning down house.
Oh, okay. I think Michael's got him.
I think Michael does. And then lastly, the most important one. Who wins in a fight? 1978 John Carpenter's Michael Myers versus 1978 John Carpenter's Michael Myers. Who between these two, who wins in a fight? It's the same picture.
It's Michael?
You're probably right. And one last question. Who wins in a fight? Michael Myers or our main character, John, with whip covered in fish hooks? Remember that does make our main character a pervert.
Yeah. That's what it makes you.
Thanks for tuning into the Third Channel podcast. Please, if you have the time, rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or any of your favorite podcast apps. You can follow us on social media at Third Channel Podcast, and you can find me online at thatdrosenberg. You can also reach out to us at thirdchannelpodcast@gmail.com, where we check every message we swear. Third Channel is hosted by PJ Minette and Derek Rosenberg. Theme song and audio engineering by Fly Guy Ty. The logo designed by Bell DeVell Co. Episode artwork by Nathan Walkington. Keep it tuned right here to the Third Channel for all things horror. And remember, don't touch that dial.
Egg salad and eggs.